und Herren. I believe that we are all doing great. Pardon for a second. I'm glad to see that we are all doing great. Now, in this video, I would like us to go ahead and do a bit of Sprechen. Now, one of the things you see me constantly stressing in my videos is on speaking. You realize that it's going to be a bit hectic for you if you're not able to speak, right? And that's why I'm always encouraging one to continuously speak as much as you make mistakes. From there, you continuously learn again and again, all right? And that's why I'm always suggesting or putting or emphasizing about speaking, okay? So I have a couple of words on the screen right here. If you're just joining in, let me say willkommen to you. I can see Christian, you're saying lange Zeit? Yeah, lange Zeit, aber we had a session also like 2 days ago, yeah? So for those of you who are just tuning in, let me say willkommen to each and every one of us. Please grab yourself a pen and a paper as we proceed. Wie geht's? I'll say, es geht mir gut, danke, Christian. Und du? Wie geht's? So please go ahead and get yourself a pen and paper as we get to commence. So now what I'm going to be emphasizing today is this. As I've said, I have on the screen some words, and we will be using these words to form questions. All right. Now this is in line to, this is in line in emphasizing our ability to form questions. All right. Okay, let's go ahead then. Now let's look at the very first word. Now the first word I have here on the screen is können. Now können simply means can. Those who are just tuning in, willkommen. Mein Tag war sehr gut, danke Florenz. I see Christian, sehr gut, perfect. I'm glad to see that we are all doing great, right? So as you can see here, my first word is können, which means can or be able to. Now I'd like us to form a question using can, all right? So I'm going to give an example. I'm going to form a question using können. Remember, können means can. It's important that when you form the question to maintain the conjugation endings or rules, right? So können. Now I could ask a person with a question like this. What can you cook, right? What can you cook? How would you say, what can you cook? I'm going to give us a few seconds to translate. How would you say, what can you cook? A moment. So, what can you cook? Now, I would simply go ahead and say, was, now this is the question I would ask, what can you cook? Was, let me write it down real quick, können Sie, so, was können Sie kochen? I would suggest you get yourself a place to write as we give the examples below, yeah? So this I would ask the question, was können Sie kochen? Was können Sie kochen? Which now means, what can you cook? Now, I'd like you to notice the position of the other verb. Was können Sie kochen? What can you cook? All right. Now, it's possible to also ask it in the do form. So how would it be in the do form? Let's see how it would be if I chose to ask it in the do form. Now, I would say, was kannst du kochen? Was kannst du kochen? There you go. Was kannst du kochen? All right. So you can see the positioning is the same. Was können Sie kochen? What can you cook? Or was kannst du kochen? All right. Now I'm going to give this chance to us to form any other question using können. You could go ahead. I'm going to give us the chance to form any question using können, and then we'll get to correct together. Go ahead. I will read the first two, and then you get to correct together. Any attempt? Können. How would you form any question using können? Now, the essence of this, you realize the order is completely different with the way you ask a question using can in English. All right. Now, this is extensively covered in the topic of modal verbs. Those who don't know about it, you'll have to enroll for some class to see detailed how do we use modal verbs, right? Okay, so I believe we've now understood how to use können. I'm going to go to the second verb then, if you're all comfortable with it. The second one is tansen. Someone's given an example here. Was können Sie sehr gut spielen? That's a good example. Was können Sie sehr gut spielen? That's a nice example from you, Florence. Sehr gut. So, what can you play very well? Was können Sie sehr gut spielen? What can you play very well? Maybe someone could answer, I can play football. Ich kann Fußball sehr gut spielen. I can play football very well. All right. So that was on können. Now the second verb I have here with me then is tansen. Now tansen is to dance, right? So I'd like any one of us to go ahead and form a question using tansen. Remember, tansen is to dance. Let me give one example. To dance, you could say, "Are you dancing today? Are you dancing today? Are you dancing?" So, unlike in English where you have to say, "Are you dancing?" Now in German, I begin with the verb to dance. So that I say, tanzen Sie. So you'll now say, tanzen Sie heute. Tanzen Sie heute. Let me show the question in a moment. The third one, tanzen Sie heute. Tanzen Sie heute, which now means, are you dancing today? Right? Tanzen Sie heute, are you dancing today? All right. Maybe let me also go ahead and give another example still with the tanzen. Someone could say, can you dance? I want to ask you the modal verb, can you dance? So how would you say, can you dance? I'm going to give us a few seconds to try that. How can you say, can you dance? So can you dance? You will simply say, können Sie tanzen? Können Sie tanzen? Look at that. Können Sie tanzen? Can you dance? All right. Yes, somebody else also given the question correctly. Perfect. So können Sie tanzen? Can you dance? Right. And then let's also go ahead and try forming a question with this computer spiel. I always encourage us to form questions or statements as much as you doubt yourself. When you're forming, you realize you're practicing. So don't be afraid of the mistakes. You learn from them, okay? So the other word I have here is das Computerspiel. Das Computerspiel, which now means a computer game, right? A computer game. So they would like us to form any question using computer spiel, computer game, right? So maybe someone could ask you, what is the computer game called? Now, who would get this? I want to see who will get this one correctly. How would you ask somebody, what is the computer game called? Let me see who will be able to score this. As you are attempting, let me also write the answer down so that you compare and see if you have it correctly. So go ahead and try saying, how do you say, what is the computer game called? So as you're thinking about it, let me also write it down so that you compare and see if you've found it. So the highest. Go ahead and attempt. What is the computer game called? This is how we call computer game. Computer spiel. All right. So what is the computer game called? We have 5 more seconds to attempt. Nobody was able to get that correctly. I see nobody has been able to get it correctly. Let me see. Wie ist der Name? Someone has said, wie ist der Name für dein Computerspiel? What is the name of... Now, this is correct, but now remove the dein to den, yeah? Wie ist der Name? Not fewer, but von. Wie ist der Name von dem Computerspiel, yeah? Wie ist der Name von dem Computerspiel? What is the name of the computer game? So you could say, wie ist der Name von dem Computerspiel? Or you could simply also ask, wie heißt das Computerspiel? Let me bring it closer. Wie heißt das Computerspiel? which now means, what is the computer game called? Whenever you're asking about a name, maybe it could be a person or a thing, you ask with wie heißt, wie heißt. So you say, wie heißt das Computerspiel? Wie heißt der Mann? Wie heißt das Buch? They simply say, so and so heißt, yeah? For example, in this case, wie heißt das Computerspiel? You simply say, das Computerspiel heißt, maybe GTA. Das Computerspiel heißt IGI, etc. All right. So that was on Computerspiel. And you realize it's easier for you to form a question once you know the meaning of the word given. All right. Now, the other word I have here is das Motorrad. Das Motorrad, which now means a motorcycle. Das Motorrad, motorcycle. So the question I could ask you with the motorcycle is maybe how much? How much is the motorcycle? How would you say? Let me see from the comment. How would you say? How much is the motorcycle? How much is the motorcycle? So in this case, if you want to say how much is the motorcycle, you say wie viel. How much is the motorcycle? Wie viel kostet? Yeah. Wie viel kostet das Motorrad? Wie viel? There you go. Wie viel kostet das Motorrad? Wie viel kostet das Motorrad? How much does the motorcycle cost? Wie viel kostet das Motorrad? How much is the motorcycle? All right. Someone could also say, where is the motorcycle? Where is the motorcycle? So where it simply says wo. So wo ist das Motorrad? Wo ist das Motorrad? Now, where is the motorcycle? All right. And then also maybe the last example I could give on the Motorrad is I could also ask you, whose motorcycle is that? Whose? Remember, whose is wessen, right? Wessen. So I will now say, wessen Motorrad. So, wessen Motorrad ist das? This is the question I would use here. Yeah? Look at the example. Wessen Motorrad ist das? Which now means, whose motorcycle is that? Okay. All right, then let's have the last three cards. The other one we have is die Musik. Now, Musik simply means music, yeah? Die Musik. So I could ask you, how would you say, let me see from the comment, how would you say, what is the music called? Or how is the music called? Let me see, I will read the first one who answers it. How would you say, what is the music called? What is the music called? How would you say, what is the music called? As you're thinking of it, let me also give out the answer here so that you can mark and see if you have it correctly. What is the music called? I'm giving us 3 more seconds. The high. Okay. What is the music called? I see no one was able to get. Someone has given an example, an attempt. Wie heißt die Musik? Wie heißt die Musik? That is now correct. Just a moment. Wie heißt die Musik? So that's how you ask. Wie heißt die Musik? What is the music called? Then you say, die Musik heißt, and then you say the name of the music, yeah? Die Musik heißt, for example, Despacito, etc. Okay? So, that was under music. The last card I would like us to have for today's last practice is photo. It is normally das Foto. Das Foto, okay? Now I could ask you simply, where is the photo? Where? Where is the photo? That is simply, wo ist das Foto? Wo ist das Foto? Where is the photo? You could simply say, I have no idea. Ich habe keine Idee. right? Wo ist das Foto? Where is the photo? Someone also decided to ask me a question with photo still. How much is the photo? Wie viel kostet das Foto? How much is the photo? All right. Or Ric also decide. So you're saying that simply what you're doing is you're coming up with the question in English and then translate. How much is the photo? Where is the photo? Whose photo is that? Whose photo is that? Wessen Foto ist das? Wessen Foto ist das? Whose photo is that? So I could also ask you maybe, why? Why are you buying the photo? Let me see who will get this one. How would you say, why are you buying the photo? As you're thinking of that, let me type it down. Why are you buying the photo? That is, warum? Warum? Why are you buying the photo? Warum kaufst du das Foto? There you go. Why are you buying the photo? Warum kaufst du das Foto? Warum kaufst du das Foto? Which now means, why are you buying the photo? All right. So simply put, whenever you're forming these questions, there are two ways you could go, either with a question or a verb first. And I'm always suggesting to us, don't be afraid of making the mistakes. Go ahead and make those mistakes. And from there, you'll be able to be learning and keeping on with the training. Okay. Well, then, ladies and gentlemen, that was a short snippet. That was a short sneak peek to enable us continuously put in the practice. All right. With that said and done, let me say, das ist alles für heute. I shall be seeing you in the next video. Tschüss. Gute Nacht.